Alright, well, we're just waking up in the van here. I had a pretty good night's sleep. I'll show you what I'm working with. I had my two foam pieces stacked up. These are 4 inches each, and it was just too thick. It was too squishy. I'm used to just sleeping on the one, so I pulled out, after a couple hours, I pulled out the second one there and just put the one right on the floor, and it's much more comfortable. The main thing I wanted to test out was if I'd be able to sleep comfortably on just this width here, which is only about 25 inches. It's pretty narrow, but honestly, I slept really good. I was able to turn on my side like I do. It just seems like it's going to work out. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of room up against the wall so the mattress isn't right up against there. But I think that's going to work out for me. So I'm going to start taking my measurements, see what I can come up with. So it'll probably only come out, let's see where 24 inches is. That's only about from the wall, just a little bit over my battery box. So that'll work out good. It'll give me a lot more floor space. And hopefully I can bring out the storage on this side a little further because the bed will only come out so far. So I'm gonna, like I said, get my measurements going, and I'll pull these pads out while I'm working today, get the sleeping bag out of here, and we'll get busy. So we're making a little bit of headway here. Here's what I've come up with. I'm just kind of making this up as I go. This is going to be the main portion of the bed. I will most likely sleep most of the time with my head on this end and my feet going over where the battery box is. I'm working on a ventilation system for the batteries. I'm actually okay with the batteries. They put off hydrogen gas. I keep my van ventilated really well, so it's not an issue for me. But I'm going to vent a pipe out to the outside of the van, basically for you viewers. I know a lot of you are concerned, and I don't want you to worry about me, so I'm going to do that just for you guys. And otherwise, I'm going to just bolt these right down to the floor. I'm going to hinge this part of the bed by screwing this down to the frame there, having hinges from here to here. That way this will fold up like this. I don't really need this to fold up to access the storage. It's so narrow that I'll be able to slide my crates out just fine. The reason why I'm hinging this is because it is lengthwise, and sometimes I do park on the street. Pretty much every street you park on has a rain gutter, so you're angled down a little bit this way. So having this on a hinge will allow me to compensate for that and just bring it up a little bit. And I'm going to keep an extra board here in the van that I can just lift this up, slide it underneath there, and it'll bring me out even, so I'm not slanted down and rolling off the bed. So that's the plan. I'm going to see what I can come up with here. Alright, so here's what I'm doing here. I've got these 2 boxes that I built, these 2 frames that I screwed to the floor. I'm going to add a couple L brackets to those as well. Then I've got my plywood that I cut. I am going to butt it up against this board that I screwed down there. Butt it up so I've got a little bit of gap against my battery box here. That will allow me to add these hinges. And put a hinge there and a hinge there. Then I'll be able to lift this whole bed up to get it level if I'm ever out of level. That happens a lot when you're parked on a street. And I'll still have plenty of storage under there and under there. And then this will be kind of the end of the bed where I put my feet, and I'll have a cushion there as well so I can use it as a seat also if need be. So it should work out. I'm just trying to go as simple as possible. so to support this end, I just added a couple 2x3s there. Those fold up with that. And then I'm gonna cut another 2x3, the length between here and this one, and I'll just store it, I don't know, somewhere in the van, so when I'm ever in a situation where I'm angled down like this, I can prop this up a little bit, put that board under there, and it should level me out. Alright, so I brought the mattress in. It's really comfortable. I really think I'm going to be able to work with the narrow width. It just, you know, I don't move around a whole lot in my sleep. I turn on my side every now and then, and like I tested it out last night, it seemed to really work out good. So, got my blanket just kind of hanging over to conceal the storage. Real easy to lift up and slide stuff out. So I'm going to have to start figuring out what I'm going to do on the other side here. Nice, comfy to sit here, digging it. I'm getting a little bit of squeaking. I'm going to have to figure out what that is. So yeah, maybe I'll bring in the kitchen unit here, see how much space that takes up. I'm working with over here, could take some measurements. I might in the future rebuild the kitchen thing, but for now I think I'm going to keep it simple and just reuse what I've been using. Alright, so I'm slowly bringing things back into the van here. I think I'm going to try to work with my fridge right here for a little bit. Still have a decent amount of room to sneak by there, not get caught up in the cord. So sitting on the bed here, I've got my propane tank, put my water in there instead of up front where I had it. Moved in this storage thing, got my bucket, stool in the corner there. This is not going to be permanent at all. I'm going to have to bungee that in against the back door probably. I'm just trying to get my possessions in the van so it's not sitting outside here. And really this is a big waste of space right here. So I'm going to have to get busy very soon on either building storage or finding something that will fit in there. With the wheel well, it's really looking like the best use of space is going to be to build something custom, try to go high, that way I could take advantage of the height, and I still will be able to come out. I've got quite a bit of floor space here, as you can see, so I could come out pretty far with the storage, probably even to about right here. So if I do that in the future, I may modify the kitchen thing. Be nice to have a drawer in here for utensils and that. So I'm just gonna take it day by day, live in it as I'm living in it, try to figure out what my needs are. I really don't want to build it all out all at once and then start living in it and find out that things aren't working out, have to tear stuff out. So this is why I try to take this very simple approach, and we'll just see how it works. So over here we have my bed, have my head up on this end here, feet down on this end, should work out decent. It's comfy, got plenty of room there. It's definitely a smaller bed, but I have more length, so I think I'm going to be really happy with that. I'm really getting into the idea of just downsizing and having less possessions, so let's see what else I can fit in here. Well, that's all we have for today, guys. We'll be picking up in the next video showing the progress that we make. Hopefully we'll have this wrapped up by next week. We appreciate you following along. We'll see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.